Hi, this is Emily Chkowski with Rock TV Sports. Today we are here with Coach O'Neill. How are you doing today, Coach?
Very well, thank you.
And for the wrestling season, what kind of off-season training did you do to prepare?
Well, as soon as our season wrapped up with the state finals last year in February, we had a group of guys that immediately started into, some of the Olympic styles of wrestling. There's different branches, and I was recovering from shoulder surgery, so I actually wasn't a real big part of that. Some of the assistant coaches I have, and they took over and kind of ran that, and the guys jumped right in, and they wrestled all across the state of Indiana. And then once the summer came and I started getting healthier, then I came back in, and we wrestled down in Georgia in a tournament called the Militia Duels with teams from across the country. And that's kind of, we trained for that all summer, and that was kind of the highlight of our summer. And then we came back and continued working, and then the preseason, what would be your August through early October, we did a lot of strength training with Coach Laird and just a lot of little teaching techniques.
And you said there were different branches. What are the different branches?
Well, high school is called folk style, which is probably what most everybody is familiar with. And it's what is wrestled collegiately too. But internationally, in different countries and in the Olympics, there's called freestyle wrestling, which is a little bit different set of rules, and Greco-Roman, which is yet another set of rules. And there's also beach wrestling, which is yet a third set of rules. So it's just something to keep it fresh for the guys. And like I said, we had probably 8 to 12 guys that trained for that in the off season.
And most people don't know a lot about wrestling, so could you give us a scoring for dummies or something like that?
Sure, and it can be complicated if you're not immersed in it every day. In a team versus team competition, Westfield versus Noblesville. If a Westfield boy pins a Noblesville boy, that's worth 6 points, and that's the highest you can score for your team. If you end up, then you can score points individually in the match. And if you win by 15 or more, then you get 5 points. If you win by 8 to 14, the team gets 4. And anything less than 8, your team gets 3 points. So that's how a team aspect is scored. Individually, take a guy down, it's worth 2. You put him on his back, it's worth 2 or 3, depending upon how long you hold him there. If you're on bottom, you get out, it's worth 1. Or if you reverse a guy, it's worth 2.
All right, and we host a wrestling invitational here at Westfield, and how many teams usually come to that?
The Shamrock Duels was hosted first weekend of December, and there's 16 teams from as far south as Evansville to as far north as Fort Wayne.
And do we usually do pretty well?
We won this year, which was nice. We normally are in the top 4, and this is, I think, was the first time we have won it since 2009, so it was nice to get back in there and win it.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
And you take a summer trip. Where do you go and what kind of things do you do?
Well, we travel to Atlanta, Georgia, and we travel by chartered bus. And a couple times we've split the bus with Zionsville. I'm pretty good friends with their head coach. It just makes it cheaper. And we stay at just a Marriott or whatever hotel down there, and we wrestle, like I said, on the north side of Georgia. Wrestle teams from all across the country. At night, sometimes we'll go out to eat. One year we were going to go to a baseball game. Unfortunately, it got rained out. Some years we've actually gone to Disney, and we've wrestled down at the Disney Duels with over 100 other schools. So it varies year to year. Past couple years we've gone to Georgia, and it's just an opportunity for the team to get away, to bond, to have fun, get out in the sun a little bit, wrestle teams that you don't often see.
And do you have any team bonding activities planned, or does it just come?
On those trips,
yes,
or during the season? On those trips, a lot of times, if you try to force the team bonding too much, the guys kind of don't buy in. So you give them the opportunity to bond, and you provide those opportunities, and then it happens. It's not like we do, we'll go to a certain location, but when we go there, it's not like we say, everybody does this, everybody does this.
And what kind of impact do you think the seniors have on the team this year?
Oh wow, this is a really talented senior class that we have, and all of them provide a different sense of leadership. And this is the first time in a while we haven't named captains because we have so many outstanding leaders on this senior class. It's hard to say that wrestler A should be the captain over wrestler B or C. And I mean, from the vocal leadership of some of the guys, like Belden's a pretty good vocal leader for us, to the leading by example, which would be a Dylan Eldred, or the encouragement that Jacob Sandburn gives young kids, and or Jay Pano, who's coming in as a first-year wrestler, and he's there to lend a supportive ear to the young guys. So I mean, the senior class are not only are they talented, man, wow, are they one of the most talented classes we've had, but in terms of leadership, they're outstanding.
And which of the wrestlers this year do you think that, if you wrestled, could beat you?
Oh, I'm sure all of them. I'm sure they all could. Too old, too slow, too fat anymore. My left arm doesn't work very well. But so I would think all of them would probably beat me.
And do you have a favorite move?
Do I have one? No, I don't. No, I've never been asked that. But just like when they raise our hand when we win, that's probably my favorite move.
And what's the hardest move that you teach your wrestlers?
Man, it just depends on somebody's skill set. If you take a look at somebody like Austin Missouri, who is, he's pretty tall, he's pretty lanky, and so he can do some things a lot easier than, say, Hunter Arndt, who, is a little bit shorter in stature. And that's the great thing about wrestling is we have Reed Hudson, who's 106 pounds, and we have Austin Dollins, who wrestles 285 for us. And so what's easy for, Hudson to hit at 106 could be difficult for Dollins to hit at 285. But what's difficult for, or vice versa. Dollins could hit something that Hudson couldn't. So, it just depends on body type and size and skill set.
And would you like to demonstrate any of the moves?
No, I don't want to embarrass myself. So thank you.
Anything else you'd like to add?
No, just good luck to all the sports this winter. Congratulations to all the fall athletes. It was certainly fun to watch, and if you get a chance, we'd love to have you come out and support us. We're currently ranked 13th in the state. We're 14-1, and I think we're back at home in the middle of January against Carmel in a big county dual meet. So we'd love to have you come out.
All right. Well, thank you for being here. This is Emily Uchkowski with Rock TV Sports.